Hey everyone, and welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda. On this video, we're going to be working on the priority op, Hunting the Archon. And this is another one that's really long, so we're going to be splitting this into about 3 parts. The Moshae says the Archon has a remnant map that may point the way to Meridian, but you don't know where his ship is. You must first track down the Angaran traitor, Vin Terev, on Kadara port and learn what you can from him. Go to Kadara port in the Gavorkum system. Okay, we'll make that the active quest. And before I leave the Nexus, I forgot to turn in that one quest for scanning creatures, which I've had since nearly the beginning of the game. So let's go turn that in. I believe it's the Solarian scientist, Professor Herrick.
Adapted to the Scourge's presence. Some even feed on its radiant energy. See this older specimen? The growth rings show the Scourge's beginnings. The Pathfinder's scanner captured it perfectly.
Hearing a yes or no would suffice.
Oh, yes. Properly steamed or roasted, naturally. We won't starve yet. Specimens, scans! Our conservation effort can barely keep up. What a wonderful service you've done for us. You've certainly earned your fee.
Sweet. Got that task completed. And that's worth 1,330 experience and 200 credits. So not bad. Alright, it's time to return to the Tempest and go check out this new system.
Giles said he wanted to see you.
Okay, and I don't think there's anything... Well, actually, I should check in on my strike teams. But other than that, I don't think there's anything new for me. It might be time to get my AVP. Why isn't that highlighted? There we go. Got one reward. Okay, and strike teams. Successful. Successful, and they got the trait Grizzled Veteran. And they were successful. And that team was successful as well. Now, one thing that's odd, and I got it on my practice profile long ago, is one of the trophies is for successfully sending your strike teams on 20 missions, and I've definitely done that by now, I would think, but I still don't have it. So hopefully I can figure out how to fix that, because that could be problematic. But anyways, let's send them on some new stuff. I think gold is still out of the question. Yeah, 15%'s there. 29, I guess we could try it. Nah, that's too low. That's just asking for negative traits, and I don't want negative traits. So let's see, we got a silver here. Kilo can do that one. And we'll send Juliet on that one. And the other two can do bronze like normal. So bronze there. And bronze there. Okay, and then collect my rewards. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that trophy. Unless I got it at some point I didn't notice. Let me check real quick. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it. Maybe I did and I forgot. called... Oh, never mind. I did. Just don't remember getting it. Okay, never mind. And it's actually 25 missions. Alright, so I think we're done on the ship. Let's go to that system. Okay, and it's this one right here, Gavorkum.
System, Gavorkum. Approaching Kadara.
Besides being a haven for Nexus exiles, what do we know about this place?
Group of exiles called the Outcasts liberated Kadara port from the Ket. Until recently, their power was absolute. But a new gang, the Collective, has been chipping it away. Real shady bastards led by an unknown called the Charlatan.
Well, with luck, they'll be too busy shooting at each other to notice us.
Okay, let's check out these planets. We got Thivernus. Or Thivernus? Sure. Or maybe Thivernus. I'm going with Thivernus. That sounds closest. Thivernus, a massive ball of rock and frozen methane. Thivernus has little apparent material or scientific value. Would-be miners from Kadara keep scanning it, just in case.
Deploying probe. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Beryllium, a metal ideal for lightweight construction in a variety of applications. This deposit is readily accessible. 140, jeez. Oh, and I forgot to check the system to see if it has an anomaly. And it does.
Probe's launched. I found something.
Starship wreckage. Ship ident, unknown. Ship name, unknown. Crew complement, unknown. Estimate 5 to 8. Status, not applicable. Analysis, the paltry remains of a Ket dropship. Whoever destroyed it thoroughly scavenged its parts. But perhaps there's something they missed. Well, there's a few somethings. Here we have Backer. Oof, that lighting. There we go, much better. Disputes among exiles break out frequently over Backer. The gas giant is useful for ships looking to replenish their helium-3 supplies, and thus a resource to be claimed. Okay, we've also got Mine. Apparently named by an 8-year-old. An 8-year-old with the starship. Flew to the planet and licked it. Called it Mine, and the name stuck.
Anomaly on sensors.
Cobalt and boron are among the resources available on the aptly, if unimaginatively, named Mine. Workers struggle under heavy gravity and frigid temperatures to bring their prizes home. Sounds fun.
Probes launched. Anomaly found.
Mountain. Height 9.4 kilometers. Origin tectonic. Dense and radioactive metals make portions of mine difficult to scan. This mountain, thick with valuable materials, had gone undiscovered until our arrival. That's worth 270 experience. And we've got Trobror. Those rings look way too large for this planet. Is that even possible? I don't know. Looks interesting though. Trobror. Loosely translated, Trobror is the Krogan word for cinder or ash heap. This massive desert world harbors no life, water, or minerals of any use. Okay, and then we've got Kadara.
Now orbiting Kadara. Standing order for all incoming ships. The port is a ceasefire zone by order of Sloane Kelly. She was head of Nexus Security.
Be ready for anything, and keep comms open. Should hear from our Resistance contact soon.
A mountainous world originally settled by the Angara. Kadara is now a haven for Nexus exiles and pirates. In addition to this criminal element, the planet is plagued by toxic water caused by an atypical amount of sulfide minerals. We have landing zone Kadara port.
Incoming call. Patching it through.
There's been a development regarding the spy, Venturev. Rendezvous at Crawler's Song. Your contact's codename is Shayna.
Shayna. Got it. That's one hell of a welcome sign.
Exiles have stepped up their game since the revolt.
Not too shabby for folk who got kicked off the station with nothing to show for it.
We should be allies, or they don't deserve admiration. We should be allies.
Maybe we can get them back on our side.
We know they can fight Ket.
Our supplier's waiting. Come on, we're gonna be late.
Do I even want to know?
Nope.
Okay, and we got a new codex entry for Kadara. Kadara was of great interest to the Andromeda initiative after it appeared on long-range surveys. Seemingly abundant liquid water and an oxygen-mix atmosphere made it a strong candidate for settlement, earning it the designation Habitat 4. Closer-range surveys now reveal that Kadara's water sources are tainted and unpotable. Of greater concern is the large settlement known as Kadara Port, reportedly once a trade port for the Angara. It has been adopted by exiles, pirates, and mercenaries who use it as a staging ground. Kadara Port is considered a rogue state by the Nexus, given its strong ties to the exiles, and initiative personnel are advised to keep their distance. Apex reports that Kadara Port is currently contested by two factions, the Pirate Outcasts, led by former Nexus security official Sloane Kelly, and a more mysterious group of spies and smugglers broadly known as the Collective. Okay, so we need to speak to the Resistance contact at Krala's Song. Okay, my scanny thing is going off.
How are we supposed to survive out there?
Not my problem. You're no better than the Nexus.
Don't blame us because you couldn't pay your fees.
Sloan's not running a fucking charity.
Okay, so that scan thing is right here. It's worth 120 Milky Way research data.
Can't do this.
This is our home.
Should have paid your protection fees then.
And Sloan wonders why people join the collective.
Say that again. I dare you.
I'm trying to talk to this guard, but it's being stubborn.
What are you doing to these people?
Nothing they weren't expecting. Port's got 2 rules. No guns and pay your protection fees.
You've got a gun.
So what's that you're holding?
Outcasts don't have to abide by the rules. Just enforce them. You got a problem with that? You can join these assholes.
Pathfinder, it will be difficult to find the spy if you're barred from the city.
Guess that's true.
What was that?
Nothing. I'll be on my way.
Creep.
Let's check out this immediate area.
You're late. Had to get...
Nice gear. Could find something better. Check the console.
Is this stolen?
Where'd you find your stock?
That information's out of your price range, friend.
Okay, he's got nothing I want. Just wanted to talk to him. Personal log, Junseo no. Detailed drawing of a manta. New entry. For the first time in, I guess, 600 years, I feel like I can breathe. Sure, the air smells like shit, but I've got a roof over my head and food in my gut. No more running. No more Armageddon planet after Armageddon planet. I can finally just explore. That was the whole point, right? I'm gonna start with figuring out the migration patterns of those manta creatures. Maybe Ligger knows. This is her home planet after all. In log. Personal log, Addo. New entry, saw an Asari placing cameras around the port. Little things, hard to find, hard to see. Must be collective operative. The charlatan's eyes and ears. Asked Shelley if I should tell Sloane's guards. She said it would only bring trouble. Probably right. Don't want to get caught up in the crossfire. Better to keep a low profile. In log. Okay, well, let's go into the bar or whatever.
You won't get away with this. My people won't allow it. Not for us. The Angara would have been slaughtered by the Kent.
Ungrateful prick.
Lost another finger.
I couldn't tell who was talking. Anyways, we've got a collective recruiter.
Pathfinder. Interested in the collective's services?
How do you know who I am?
The collective makes a point of knowing everything and everyone worth knowing in Helios.
You sound more like information brokers than pirates.
The two aren't mutually exclusive.
Tell me about the charlatan.
Who is the charlatan? No one seems to have a straight answer.
The charlatan is our leader and a private individual. Even I haven't seen them in person.
You take orders from a stranger?
I've met representatives, people who speak for the charlatan and carry out their will. Whoever the charlatan is, man or woman, they provide information, care, resources. It's ours. That's enough for me.
What's the collective?
I'm having trouble nailing down what the collective is exactly.
Understandable. We aren't one thing. Think of us as a service provider. We cater to our clients' needs.
Even if that means killing and stealing from people.
Survival is an ugly business, Pathfinder, but unlike the outcasts, we aren't governed by hate. If the initiative proved reasonable, I'm sure the charlatan would be willing to work with the Nexus.
How do I join?
Let's say I was interested in joining your little gang. How would I do that?
You're more high profile than our usual members, but it's up to the charlatan who joins. If you have potential, our leader will reach out to you, usually through a representative.
And then what?
For some, that's it. Others may have to pass a test. It's different for every recruit.
You're the outcast rivals?
What's going on between the collective and the outcasts?
Officially, nothing.
Unofficially?
Lines are being drawn, Pathfinder. That's all I can say.
That's all.
Thanks for your time.
Of course, Pathfinder. Of course.
Okay, and that gave me a new codex entry. Outlaws the Collective. Few verifiable reports of the Collective exist beyond Kadara Port. They claim the Collective is a spy network of Milky Way outlaws in Angara who use blackmail, espionage, smuggling, and hacking to gain leverage on Kadara. The Collective is said to be led by the Charlatan. No reliable data is available on this individual's identity, but the Charlatan has been quietly amassing influence since the Hyperion arrived in Andromeda. Those who cross the Charlatan are dealt with ruthlessly. Intercepted transmissions show that the Outcasts consider the Collective's growing power a threat to their own position. The Outcasts' focus has shifted from harrying Nexus trade convoys to arms deals, putting them on a war footing. The Collective's response has been less public, but many Outcast supporters have lost their fortunes or disappeared without a trace. Okay, wait for contact.
Hey!
Piss off.
You order, you pay.
I said...
You look like you're waiting for someone.
Cheers.
I've got time for a drink.
Shayna, but you can call me Reyes. I hate code names.
I was expecting someone more Angaran.
The Resistance pays me to supply information, among other things.
So you're a smuggler?
Your man, Venterev, was arrested by Sloane Kelly, leader of the Outcasts. Word spread about what he did to Moshai Sefa. The people are calling for his execution. And Sloane? She's a woman of the people.
My kind of leader, or not how I would put it? Not how I would put it.
Dress it up however you want. She's a criminal.
You work for the Initiative. Sloane was part of the uprising on the Nexus. I doubt she'll give Ven up easily.
Everyone has a price.
Maybe she'll agree to a deal.
There might be another way to get to Ven. You work Sloane, I'll talk to the Resistance.
How do I contact you if things go south?
Hey! You gotta pay.
Keep the change.
Always do.
Okay, meet Sloane Kelly in the Outcast headquarters on Kadara Port. And I also got a new codex entry. outlaws Reyes Vidal. Like many exiles, Reyes Vidal's screening interviews and personal records were corrupted during the mutiny on the Nexus. Internal staffing emails show he was a pilot assigned to Shuttle N503, call sign Anubis. But beyond that, very little was known about Reyes' life before arriving in Andromeda. Since the Nexus Uprising, Reyes has made a name for himself as a smuggler working out of Kadara port. While most exiles on Kadara feel pressured to choose between joining the Outcasts or the Collective to be successful, Reyes proudly claims to be a free agent and even does jobs for the Angaran Resistance. Despite being known as a reliable smuggler who always gets the job done, Reyes is notoriously bad at paying his bar tabs, with the exception of Tartarus, where it's rumored he has worked out a deal with Keon, the owner. These doors sure take a while to get through.
Sam, tell me about Sloane Kelly.
Before joining the initiative as head of Nexus Security, Miss Kelly served in the Alliance with a nearly spotless record.
Nearly?
She was involved in multiple altercations with other officers.
A hothead. Great.
Interesting place. That is the human Pathfinder.
Didn't think I'd see you again.
I decided on a pistol.
Sure. Carnifex? Phalanx?
The first one, Carnifex.
Kadara's honored by your presence. And your credits.
As you should be.
Finally, the respect I deserve.
Happy to oblige.
But I don't want anything you're selling. Oh, but I can sell my salvage. Let's get rid of that. And then over here, we can get another scan in. Get some of that Milky Way research data. Prisoner record, Ven Terev. Species, Angara. Date of birth, unknown. Birthplace, claims Vold. Reason for incarceration, treason. Aiding and abetting Ket. Prisoner ID number 85. Remarks, high pain tolerance, even for a spy. 4 interrogation sessions and still no usable data on the Ket. Sentenced to death by Sloane Kelly. Prisoner record, Garton Pala. Species, Solarian. Date of birth, 2165. Birthplace, Sirkesh. Reason for incarceration, treason. Aiding and abetting the Collective. Prisoner ID number 84. Remarks, codename Lacerta. A representative of the Charlatan. Committed suicide before final sentencing. Prisoner record, Tessie Facinth. Species, Asari. Date of birth, 1861. Birthplace, Ilium. Reason for incarceration, smuggling. Prisoner ID number 83. Remarks, tried to bypass mandatory tax. Sentenced to 3 broken fingers. Report Quartermaster McAfee. Katis, I caught 2 more recruits rifling through the stock. We need locks. Don't give a shit if it sends a message of distrust. I don't trust them. 3 crates of good ale have gone missing this month alone. One of these assholes is to blame. We might all wear the same colors, but these rookies aren't of the same caliber as you and me. McAfee.
Shipment 404 hasn't come in yet. Kaitis is gonna be pissed.
And check it out, we got a Ket fighter model. Our collection is growing.
Move along.
Focus defenses here and here. The Ket have been quiet for too long. What?
Should I curtsy?
That's quite the throne. Should I bow? Kiss your ring?
Very funny. So, what brings a Pathfinder to our humble port?
Ven Terev. Name ring any bells?
What's he to you? And don't lie to me.
I'll be honest with you.
I need him so I can infiltrate a Ket flagship. You've obviously got no love for the Ket. I'm doing you a favor.
Kadara is an Angaran port. They want Ven dead, and I want to keep them happy.
This is bigger than local politics.
You don't need Ven. You need his intel. Talk to him before I put his head on a spike.
Done, or that's not your call. That's not your call.
Ven should be judged by the Resistance, not you.
I don't have time for a morality debate. Dismissed.
Your Highness.
Chambers are closed. Sloane's orders.
That could have gone better.
Perhaps Mr. Vidal had more success.
Well, didn't quite get what I wanted, but we will get it one way or another. And I got a new codex. Andromeda species outlaws Sloane Kelly. Before her appointment as director of Nexus Security, Sloane served in the Alliance, but was discharged after punching a superior officer for bureaucratic bullshit. Some of the initiative's senior leadership had concerns about Sloane's temper, but former director Jean Garson admired Sloane's passion and believed her frank attitude and resourcefulness would ultimately keep the Nexus safer than someone who ran things by the book. Jaren Tan felt differently. Relations between Sloane and the new initiative director, while never good, quickly deteriorated before the uprising. Sloane was vehemently against using the Krogan against the mutineers and took it personally when the director went behind her back to make a deal with Clan Nakmor. Upon learning of the director's intervention, Sloane switched sides and joined the rebellion. Although the uprising ultimately failed, Sloane gained legendary status among the exiles and amassed a group of followers called the Outcasts. After leaving the Nexus, Sloane traveled across Helios to Kadara Port, where she defeated an invading Ket force and set herself and the Outcasts up as the ruling power on the planet. Okay, speak to Reyes Vidal. Another one of these doors that's slow.
Pathfinder, over here. Have a nice chat?
I think she likes me.
Don't worry. I found a workaround.
Let me guess. It comes with strings attached.
Not any new ones. Remember, Ephra wants Ven alive, so when you get inside, give him this. That'll eat through whatever Sloane's holding him in, and it can't be traced back to us. A Resistance agent will be waiting to pick Ven up.
This is getting complicated or seems risky. Seems risky.
What if he makes a run for it?
It's covered. You just focus on whatever it is you need from Ven. There's a maintenance shaft around the corner, sending the access code to your Omni tool. That'll get you inside. You should be able to handle the rest.
Thanks for the help.
Thanks. You're a lifesaver.
Literally, in Ven's case. When you're done, come to Tartarus. First round's on me. I promise.
Enter the holding cells through the maintenance shaft. Okay, before we do that.
You need to learn respect, Krogan.
Brought a few more grunts, I see.
Come to the outskirts. We'll settle this there.
Squishy thing like you needs protection. Got the best armor in all of Kadara.
Steep prices.
And the most expensive, apparently.
You look like you can afford it.
Okay, nothing I want.
It's true. No one knows what he looks like. He could be anyone. He could be she. I mean, you
working here if I was the Charlatan.
Well, hello.
This appears to be the maintenance shaft Reyes mentioned.
Alright, let's punch in the access code. Looks like it leads to a stockroom. Sam, anyone up there?
No heat signatures detected. The room is clear to enter.
What do you want?
The Archon's ship. Where is it?
This a new interrogation tactic? Sloane's getting lazy.
I'm not with Sloane. Aphra sent me. Answer my questions and I can get you back to the Resistance.
So I'm trading one cell for another?
Beggars can't be choosers.
This is what happens when you make deals with the bad guy. Or stay here. Sloane's sharpening up a spike just for your head.
I'd rather be miserable than carcon food.
Which brings us back to the Archon's ship. Where is it?
I never saw it. Got my orders from a Ket transponder. But you could use its frequency to triangulate the Archon's location.
Do you still have it?
I buried it before I was arrested. Should still be outside the city.
This is your way out of here. A Resistance contact will be waiting.
Don't you want to know why I did it? Why I betrayed the Moshae?
Sure, tell me, or it doesn't matter. Sure, tell me.
Enlighten me.
We're losing the war against the Ket, and still, Ephra puts my brothers and sisters in danger to protect a useless old woman.
So you took things into your own hands?
I made the call he wouldn't. The Archon only wanted the Moshae. I thought if I gave her up... I didn't know what the Ket were doing to my people.
The Archon manipulated you.
You resent Ephra, so the Archon used that against you.
If Ephra was a better leader... it doesn't matter. And I'll accept the consequences.
Pathfinder, the communicator is buried outside the ceasefire zone. I suggest bringing a squad.
Vetra, Drac, are you back from... whatever it was you were doing?
Yep, our completely legitimate business deal went off without a hitch.
Benefit of bringing a Krogan along.
Tell Gil to prep the Nomad. I need to go outside the city.
Okay, I retrieved the Ket transponder from the Badlands.
Brought in a decent haul.
At least we know she is. And it's kept us safe. The charlatan? Who knows what he wants?
Better the devil you know about.
Not much left to show.
Wait, where's Joe?
I can never tell who's talking.
Sloane brings stability and order. Be part of the solution, not the problem.
Outcast recruiter.
Pathfinder. I'm afraid Sloane put you on the no recruit list.
We can still talk, right? I want to know more about the Outcasts.
I'll answer what I can.
I'd like to know about Sloane.
Tell me about Sloane.
Before the uprising, she was head of Nexus Security. She gave up her position to protect us. We'd be dead if not for her.
Do you know her personally?
She makes it a point to get to know all of her people, which is a lot more than the charlatan can say.
What do you stand for?
What does it mean to be part of the Outcasts?
For most people, it's a sense of security. Something desperately needed in Helios.
You didn't feel secure on the Nexus?
You weren't there during the uprising. It was chaos. And the idiots running things only made it worse. Thanks to Sloan, we have direction. A family.
So you're happy under Sloan?
Yeah, guess I am. Can't say this is what I expected when I signed up in the Milky Way. But I came to Andromeda to be part of something bigger than myself. I have that with the outcasts.
How does someone join you?
Can anyone join the outcasts? Besides me, of course.
Anyone can show interest, but Sloan has final say on who becomes a member.
I'm guessing there's a selection process.
All recruits undergo a series of trials that tests their endurance, loyalty, and intellect.
Bad blood with the collective?
Things seem tense between the outcasts and the collective.
They're a bunch of hypocritical upstarts who hide their dirty tactics behind good business.
See? There's that tension.
Sloan will make quick work of them.
Why hasn't she done so already?
It's not for me to question her methods. Kadara's ours. Nothing's gonna change that.
Thanks.
That's all for now.
See you around, Pathfinder.
Okay, and we got a new codex for that. Oh, and we got the journey so far, finding a home. The traitor on Kadara port. You worked with Reyes Vidal on the Resistance to free the traitor Vin Terev from Sloan Kelly's prison, sending him back to Aya for judgment. Then we have outlaws. Outcasts. Cast out for criminal behavior or their actions during the uprising, exiles from the Nexus are no longer welcome at the station or initiative outposts. Some have found a new home at Kadara Port, choosing to fight under Sloan Kelly's banner and embracing their title as outcasts. The malicious threat assessment lists the outcasts as a significant risk. Their particular animosity for the Nexus, honed by Sloan Kelly's security expertise, makes them a constant concern for the Nexus leadership. The outcasts harass trade convoys, raid ore and ice transports, and pick off scout teams for their weapons and equipment. There is no simple answer to stopping the outcasts. Kadara Port is defended against Apex assault, and Sloan Kelly has weathered numerous assassination attempts, retaliating against the Nexus each time. Meanwhile, every individual who must be exiled from the station is a potential outcast recruit. Okay, and is there anything over here? Nope. But we do have a scanny thing right there. Another 120 Milky Way research data. Cargo manifest, ID number, blah, blah, blah. Manifest tracking number, blah, blah, blah. Consignee, Ania. Vessel name, Vetvager. Point of loading, Kadara. Point of unloading, Eladin. Contains water vats, 600 pounds. Salvage, 300 pounds. Adi skins, 20 pounds. Parsec pies for the on-the-go space traveler. Simulated apple flavor, 5 pounds. Wait, was there more to that? Oh, yes. Note, if Anea asks why it's 5 pounds of pocket pies instead of 6, tell her that they were damaged in transit. CD. He's been stuffing those pies. We got a research center if you need that. Is there another? Oh, never mind.
Pathfinder, right? One of your crew, Liam, already secured parking for your vehicle. She's ready for you.
Apparently I can't talk to him. Okay. So, we can take the lift to the slums or we can return to the Tempest. Let's go ahead and head to the slums. And my crew, I think I'm going to change who I'm bringing. Let's go with Vetra. So we'll replace Liam with Vetra. We got some iridium. Over there's the slums. We'll be checking that out later. For now, we just want to work on the quest.
If you're thinking of heading into the Badlands, well, you may never come back.
What do you know about the situation out there?
You might say I'm warden of the Badlands. It's not a place for tourists. Tough beyond these walls.
Warden for what?
What does tough look like?
A graveyard of people who are either dead or soon will be. Badlands are Kadara's dumping ground. Like a giant prison. When you're too nasty for even this place, we kick you out there.
You mean exiles who get exiled?
Yep. Worst of the worst. And some of them want to be there. Got secrets to hide, I guess. The water's toxic. Sulfur springs are everywhere. Have a nasty habit of catching fire. Yeah. So have at it. Knock yourself out.
Sounds fun.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
Okay, and we've got 2% viability.
Wonder how many drunk idiots have fallen in there.
Forward station protocol engaged. Preset viability metrics mismatch. Habitat 4, dubbed Kadara, does not match initiative pre-flight profiles. Advanced predictives are no longer applicable. Parameters require 88% rework. Known Habitat 4 Kadara. Discovered Ayako Makoto, AI exogeology. Orbital data on board. Spectrographic profiles working. Geosounding working. Alert, sulfide levels in water are extremely high. Until water is potable, outpost deployment not advised. More data needed, additional forward station coordination required. Ongoing. Okay, let's get the Nomad out.
Alright, Sam, show me what we've got.
Kadara's water is dense with sulfide minerals, the oxidation of which produces toxic streams and lakes.
Never liked swimming much anyways.
That is fortunate. Even the Nomad's shields cannot withstand the water's corrosive properties. The presence of monoliths suggests a vault that might reduce the acidity. However, outlaws, pirates, and other unsavory exiles inhabit Kadara's hills. The further you travel from the mountain, the more dangerous it will become.
Good to know. Let's get out there.
Alright, so,
No, Drac, no.
So where's Kesh's grandmother?
You're picking an old scar there, Vetra. Rather not pry it open.
I'm sorry. It's just you're always telling war stories, and I thought...
What makes you think that one's a war story?
so I'm mostly just gonna be driving through this stuff.
Stole tech from the port. We should be careful.
Just want to get to my objective. Let's see, let's go down this way.
Smart.
Must be how they power Kadara Port.
Pretty interesting looking planet. Quite toxic though.
Heads up. Those exiles won't be on our side.
Oh, got a codex? Or, no, it lied to me. Alright, anyways, we need to get over there, and you could go around the left side, but that's a really long path. Much quicker to go to the right. And then there's also hidden cache over here. So let's go hit that up. And it's kind of in a crazy spot. You need to go along the ridge here and just sort of jump along. Try not to fall like that. Don't do that. Although I might be able to get back up. Oh, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Oh, falling again. Oh no! This is not working. There we go. Oh wow, got a bunch of stuff in there. And vanadium.
Damn, that sky is something else.
Pathfinder. Then Terem claimed he buried the Ket transponder near this location.
Okay, well, let's check the area out. Let's start with this house. Evacuation notice. With the recent reports of toxic water supply in the Badlands, the plans for large-scale settlement have been cancelled. Instead, this area will be sealed off and converted to a penal colony. Anyone who fails to evacuate does so at their own risk. You'll be considered a permanent resident of the territory and won't be allowed back in. Sloan Kelly.
How did you get past the mines?
Mines?
Damn scavs must have disarmed them again.
Not a people person?
I take it you don't like visitors.
I like explosions and watching squishy things like you fly in the air.
Fun as that sounds, I won't overstay my welcome.
Doors that way.
Oh, he seems nice. Go check out this building.
That's done. On to the next thing.
Visitor's log. Name, Boyle. Notes, bed, water, dinner, travel provisions. Name, Advesa. Notes, bed, water. Name, Zinner. Notes, bed, water, travel provisions. Name, Savos. Notes, bed, water, dinner. And name, Josil. Bed and water. Rules and regulations. Charybdis Point House Rules. What you do in your bunk is your business, but keep the noise down. No stealing, no killing, or violence of any kind. 3. Keep to your bunk and the common areas. 4. Meals are kept on a strict schedule. If you're late, that's your problem. 5. We hold the right to kick your ass out at any time. What's with the name? I dated a human once who liked mythology. Malox.
Welcome to Charybdis Point. Name's Malox. You looking for a place to hole up? Got some open beds. Food and clean water cost extra.
Not a lot of privacy.
Take it you don't have any private rooms?
I could put up a sheet.
I'll pass.
Suit yourself.
Charybdis Point.
You get a lot of business out here?
Our establishment might not look like much, but spend a few nights in the Badlands and we're practically Hotel Azure. Clean beds, warm grub, and the only place for miles with properly filtered water. Serious amenities on Kadara.
Your story.
How'd you end up on Kadara?
Followed Sloan from the Nexus, but couldn't pay her protection fees. No fancy port for me.
She forced you out?
Those are the rules. Can't pay the fees, can't live on the mountain. First few months were tough. No water, no weapons to hunt. I really thought I was gonna die out here.
But you survived.
You obviously pulled through.
I didn't travel 600 years to starve to death. I found other exiles. Put the strength in numbers theory to the test. Thus, Charybdis Point was born.
Goodbye.
I better get going.
See you around.
Okay, so he buried the thing under this building. Right next to some iridium.
Found it.
everything's busted.
The transponder's power source is drained.
So let's juice it up. Turn it on, then Gil can work his magic.
Once complete, this should provide us with the Archon's location, and in turn, Meridian's.
Easy.
See? We're halfway there already.
Oh yeah, the hard part's totally behind us.
Okay, well, we are done on Kadara for now. So let's extract to the Tempest.
Pathfinder, we just received a notification that there's been a murder in Kadara port.
Murder, huh? Might be something to look into.
Yes, lovely planet. Hope we never leave.
Well, we're leaving right now.
What's up, Ryder? Why an emergency meeting?
I didn't call it.
I did. Got some disturbing news while we were on Kadara. There's some tension at the Krogan colony on Eladin. It's bad.
Tension among Krogan? You don't say.
I wouldn't waste your time with this if it wasn't important. We need to go.
I agree. Nakmor Morta made herself overlord of the colony. It's weird.
No. Our priority is the Archon. We have to remain focused on his next move.
Jall's right.
Calm down.
We won't make any rash decisions. Drax just brought a problem to the team. Let's dial down the emotions so we can be clear-headed.
Well, as long as we're pitching stuff, I overheard outlaws on Kadara talking about activity in the Ramov system.
No, that's the system where the Turian Golden World was supposed to be.
Ramov? There aren't any viable planets there. Only an asteroid field with mining ventures run by criminals.
I hear Eladin's pretty rough too. Roving scavengers with nothing to lose.
Crap. No one fights harder than people with nothing to lose.
But now that we have the transponder, we're so close to finding the location of Archon's ship.
Meridian is important, or let's stay open-minded. Let's stay open-minded.
Our goal is to create our home here. You never know how something might fit in. Anyway, get Callow the nav points for both Eladin and that potential Turian Golden World. We want all our options ready to go. Hey, I didn't say dismissed or meeting adjourned or anything. Meeting adjourned. As you were.
Okay, so that gave us 2 new priority ops that we can work on. We can take a quick look at that, although we're not going to be doing those. Eladin, a new world, and H047C, a new world. And then we also got some new codex entries, apparently. Planets and locations, Aya. With relations warming between the Initiative and the Angara, diplomatic overtures continue. The Initiative is opening an embassy on Aya with Paran Shi's approval, while extending invitations to Angaran diplomats and scientists to tour the Nexus. Our cultural exchange is beginning several cooperative programs intended to foster better understanding between the various Milky Way species and the Angara. Okay, and at this point, you usually get overwhelmed with emails. So we'll go check those out.
Yay, more cans.
Are you sure about that, Lexi? We don't know how long we're going to need the rations to last. Even trading with Kadara and Aya, we don't have a reliable food source in Helios yet. I'm sure you'll find a way.
Okay, so let's go check those emails.
You have new email.
And I got a quest for Vetra, Means and Ends. And that's her loyalty quest. So what do we got? Sid, we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with all those later. Well, except for this one, we'll mark this one. This is from Carrie Tavessa. Hello, writer. They're saying you just got back from Kadara port. There isn't much official word from there, or the exiles. Can you give me a few on-camera details? Carrie. About Kadara, to Ryder from Vetra. Hey Ryder, one of my friends from Kadara sent a list of tips for surviving there. It's mostly common sense, but there are some gems. No one knows who the charlatan is. Asking's dangerous. Be careful, or be really careful, dealing with Sloane and anyone who works for her. Politics on Kadara are less about who's got the biggest stick and more about who's willing to use the sticks they have in creative ways. There's a hole in the wall placed in the slums that makes the best cup of quilla. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Do not mix quilla with other stimulants no matter what anyone says, humans only. Don't ask Umi the bartender to surprise you, Vetra. Invitation Diplomatic Meeting, to Ryder from the Nexus Cultural Exchange. To Pathfinder Ryder, we are currently hosting the first Angaran ambassador to the Nexus, Issa de Nevar. Despite the importance of your duties, we hope your next return to the station will coincide with his visit. A cordial meeting between the Pathfinder to first reach Aya and the Angaran ambassador could set the tone for our relations in the future. Respectfully yours, Lana Tisafra, Chief of Staff, Nexus Cultural Exchange. Matriarch Credits. To Ryder from Drac. Last time I was on Kadara, I met this Asari at Krala's who said she'd let me in on a little score. Apparently, there's this matriarch who came over on the Nexus. Only she died in stasis. My contact says she's next in line for the old lady's credits. A lot of credits. And get this, she says she'll split them with me. Trouble is, there's red tape. Transfer fees, and she's having trouble mustering up the credits to clear them. Asked me if I could cover the transfer cost. I tried to bring Vetra in on this, but she says it's a scam. I'm not so sure. Seems like a pretty good opportunity to me. Drac. It was a scam. Do me a favor and don't tell Vetra, okay? Suvi's movie night snacks. To Ryder from Vetra. Ryder, whatever Suvi's cooking up in the galley smells terrible. She says it's for a movie night. Good cause, bad choice of snacks. I can do better. Come see me and I'll show you. Vetra. This sounds bad, kid. To Ryder from Drac. Thought I'd show you what Strook sent me. A transcript of an audio log that's got me worried about the colony. Sounds like Morta's cooking up something. Don't know what to think. Morta, stop arguing with me, Brink. It's payback time for the initiative. Brink, they don't care about us. Morta, but they will. Soon they're gonna know that I'm Overlord. And once I execute my plan, there'll be no denying that the Krogan rule. Rule Helios. Then they'll come begging to us. Brink, okay Morta, I'll get a team together. Gather everything we need. Morta, no Krogan bows down to the Nexus again. And this is the old stuff, I think. So not as many messages as I thought. But that's because I haven't done a lot of these other quests. But we'll be working on those eventually. So, I don't really need to talk to anyone on the crew except for Gil. So let's go find him.
Me tinkering with a Ket transmitter. Either of you know why?
He didn't tell you?
Said we're trying to find the Archon's flagship so we can board it. Clearly a joke. Hoping you can give me the straight scoop.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Say, what?
Gil, here's that Ket transponder. The spy used it to get his orders.
What do we need from it?
The location it points to. Should give us a fix on the Archon's ship.
Right.
No pressure.
It's not like there's much riding on this. Just our best chance to find Meridian.
Pressure. I like that. Luckily, no matter where you go in the universe, physics still applies. Only so many ways of communicating across space. There. Give it a shot.
Did you connect the...
Shit, turn it off. Careful. That is a direct line to people who want to murder everyone on this ship.
Sam?
I have the coordinates. The signal points to the Tafino system.
We sure we want to do this?
We have to, or not exactly? We have to.
I know we're still getting our feet wet, but I don't see another choice.
I knew running off to Andromeda would be dangerous, but shit. This is dangerous.
Only if we die.
Nice, Ryder. Locate the Ket flagship in the Tofino system. Alright, well, I'm gonna go straight to the bridge. Nothing else to do, I don't think.
Now orbiting Kadara.
Alright, and where is it? There's so much stuff now. I don't see it. There we go. Tofino system.
Ryder, we're getting a lot of Ketcom chatter.
Keep us stealthed, Callow. No sense picking a fight just yet.
Okay, don't see any anomalies. And we have Solad.
Anomaly on sensors.
Solad's severe storms, toxic atmosphere, and tectonic instability make it a challenging candidate for ice mining despite oceans of frozen water and liquid ammonia.
Probe away. Anomaly found.
An ice sheet. Surface area is 22 million kilometers. Composition is 68% ice water, 30% mineral deposits. Status is stable. Analysis: a century-old abandoned Angaran mining colony is half buried in the snow atop this massive sheet of frozen water. And that's worth 270 experience. Whoa, what is that? Dewey Nonasa. I'm sure I murdered that pronunciation, but whatever, close enough. Decades-old shards of Angaran ships drift in Dewey Nonasa's orbit, indicating that the gas giant's helium-3 is more difficult to mine than our preliminary scans suggest. Tentrobil.
Anomaly on sensors.
This massive world has an extremely smooth and flat surface, primarily composed of tin and nickel. A methane and ethane atmosphere helps retain heat.
Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Iron. This large iron deposit can be rapidly mined and put to good use. All 51 of it. I still find it odd that those giant spots on the planet are like the same as the little nodes while I'm exploring on foot. Alright, so then we have PAS 65.
Anomaly on sensors.
PAS-65 is a scorching desert that is nonetheless surprisingly cool given the output and nearness of the Tofino Sun. The temperature is a product of PAS-65's highly reflective metal deposits.
Probes launched. Satellite detected.
Satellite ID Parchero 1125C. Power readings 2.2%. System report, all systems offline. Status, inactive. Analysis, this appears to be a positioning beacon launched from the Solarian Arc Parchero. Interesting. Its systems are too damaged to determine if it was launched accidentally or with an unknown purpose. And that got me 60 Milky Way research data. All right, and I think right here is a good place to wrap it up. We're about halfway through this priority op. I didn't think we'd quite get this far, so it looks like it's going to be 2 parts. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.